this lump appeared in the left side of my chest. It was just around the nipple area, and the first thing I thought about when they said cancer was that, oh my God, I was going to die. Being in a state where you're so weak that people have to do things for you, and you can't get out of bed some days, and you can't eat, you can't, it makes you feel helpless. Hi, my name is Jojo. I'm 33 years of age. I live in the UK. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, which is very uncommon in men. I was diagnosed at 31. I didn't discover it until this lump appeared in the left side of my chest. So it was just around the nipple area, and it felt just like a painless lump. It was really small at first, then it began to grow and wouldn't go away. So I told my wife about it, and she said, you should go and get it checked out. So I did just that. I went to the GP. GP said it's probably nothing. We'll just do a biopsy and then check out what it is and then give you a call. And they hit me with the news that day that it wasn't just a common lump, but it was cancer. And that day, my whole life just turned upside down. I can't even tell you how I felt that day. The waves of emotions just hit me. And the first thing I thought about when they said cancer was that, oh my God, I was going to die. I couldn't really express my emotions at that time because all I was thinking was what my family is going to do without me. And even breaking it to them was a fear I had. So my wife and daughter, who is 1.5, almost 2 years at that time, they are waiting in the waiting room. And when I go out there, I need to tell them this. So that was a very heavy weight on my shoulders. I told them, and obviously my wife was distraught. She just couldn't stop crying because we didn't know what to do about it. But the good thing was that they caught it early and that I could have treatment in the form of chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and then endocrine therapy. The doctors told me because of my age, they are going to throw everything at me. It took me about 6 months to go through everything in total. I had so many side effects, from dizzy spells to feeling nauseous, not having the appetite to eat anything at all. Everything I ate just came straight back out. I couldn't even drink water, so it made me lose a lot of weight. And then fingernails began to fall out. Obviously my hair went, and which up till now still hasn't come back fully yet. So yes, it was really intense. Not to talk about the itchiness. So that's about how the treatment took a toll on me physically. In the moment when I was diagnosed, we had just moved to the UK from Belgium, and as soon as we touched down in UK, in the very first couple of months, I received this diagnosis, which felt like a major setback. Everything came to a standstill basically. With regards to what stage the cancer was at, I was told it was grade 2 or level 2. It was quite aggressive, and that's why the tumor had to be removed as quickly as possible, because my GP had to bring my appointment all the way forward. So in that same week that I let him know what was going on, he had to get them to schedule an appointment for me to get it removed at the end of that week. The repercussions of not removing it meant that, we could expect the worst. It could get bigger, go into my lymph nodes, and once the cancer spreads into your lymph nodes, it gets more and more difficult for you to sort of remove the tumor cleanly. There's a higher chance for it to resurface once you finish your treatment. Even if you do chemotherapy, radiotherapy, since it's gone into the lymph nodes, there's a higher chance for it to come back again. I was blessed to have noticed it early and then report it early so that it didn't spread anywhere into my lymph nodes. So if you look at my chest, there's a scar right across my chest, almost to my armpit, where the surgery was done and where the tumor was removed. I built a wall. I don't know how to describe it, but I tried not to feel anything in that moment because that was a coping mechanism that I had. Everybody else was feeling for me. Everybody was sorry for me. Everybody was really sad. Being in a state where you're so weak that people have to do things for you, and you can't get out of bed some days, eat, you can't, it makes you feel helpless. And the only way I was able to cope through that time was the support of family around me. The final treatment that I'm still going through right now is the endocrine therapy, where these are just tablets that I have to take for the next 5 years to make sure that cancer does not come back, because doctors realized that the sort of cancer that I have, it's spread through estrogen, the female hormone in the body. So these tablets suppress the female hormone in my system and then make sure that the cancer does not, if it rears its head again, it does not get the chance to spread through that hormone. It's difficult for me to see how and when healing began for me, because recovering from it is a really, really slow process. There's the hair loss. Fingernails need to be regenerated. My fingernails all went black, and even when they grew back to their normal color, they were very, very fragile. I couldn't use them to do anything. I couldn't open anything with my fingers because my fingernails would just sort of peel off, and so that took a lot of time to get back to normal. I just want the world to know that cancer is a really ugly disease, and it affects so many people. There are so many forms of it. There are so many different variations, and most importantly, when we zoom in on breast cancer, you think about women, right? But I want the world to know that breast cancer affects men as well. They say it affects older men normally, but look at me. I'm so much younger than the people who would be described as male breast cancer patients, but anything can happen. So my advice to everybody is that you should check regularly, do some inspections on yourself, take care of yourself, get checked. Even if you're a man, get checked, pay attention to your body, and take care of yourself.